Here you go, Tom. Good evening, everybody. It's October 29th. The time is 6:30 p.m. I'd like to call this regular town board meeting to order by asking everybody to please stand for the pledge to the flag. Go ahead, sir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, we're going to go into a brief executive session to discuss a personnel issue, conduct an interview for the empty seat on the zoning board. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself and seconded by Deputy Supervisor Murphy to go into an executive session for a personnel issue. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. We're in executive session. We'll be right back. Ms. Holder, come on in. Okay, we're back, everybody. No decisions were made. No money was spent. I'd like to make a motion to come back into a regular session. Motion made and seconded by myself and Deputy Supervisor Murphy to come out of executive session into a regular session. No decisions were made and no money was spent. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. At this time, are there any public comments or questions on agenda items only? If you do, please approach the podium.
Hello, could I get to have clarification on what agenda items 4 and 5 are?
Public hearing for Cricket Hill Drainage District, which is an area up on Cricket Hill that money is put aside for maintenance and upkeep, and the same for the Mills drainage.
Is that just to make sure there's no floodwaters, there's disrupting housing?
For
and stuff?
water runoff to be maintained, yes.
Okay, thank you.
To avoid any flooding, yes. Anybody else? Seeing nobody else approaching the podium, I'll now make a motion to open a public hearing on the 2026 Cricket Hill Drainage District tentative assessment. Motion made and seconded to open up 2026 Cricket Hill Drainage District tentative assessment. Public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing is now open. If there's anybody in the crowd that would like to speak on this, please approach the podium. Seeing nobody approach the podium, I'll make a motion to now close this public hearing on Cricket Hill Drainage District tentative assessment.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to close this public hearing on Cricket Hill Drainage. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. I'll now make a motion to open a public hearing on the 2026 Mills Drainage District tentative assessment. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded by Councilman Maluta to open the public hearing on the 2026 Mills Drainage District tentative assessment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Public hearing is now open. Anybody that has any questions, comments, or statements on this, please approach the podium. Seeing nobody approaching the podium, I'll make a motion to now close the public hearing on the 2026 Mills Drainage District tentative assessment. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself and seconded by Councilwoman Jackson to close the public hearing on the 2026 Mills Drainage District tentative assessment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Reports from the Recreation Director and Highway Superintendent and the Building Department. Jason, you want to go ahead? Because then we're going to read the other two. Julie couldn't make it tonight.
Hi, everyone. Jason Satori, Town of Dover Highway. This month, in the beginning of the month, the Highway Department replaced pipes on Wing Avenue and in the schoolyard. It's been an ongoing issue for many years. I'm pretty sure we have it pretty well figured out. So we took care of that issue. We're going to be doing a little paving where we dug the pipe out in the road. So we're going to replace the blacktop in that, probably here in the beginning of November. Also, during the month of November, the Highway Department has been working hard on grading dirt roads at Dover and Wingdale. Right now, we're in Wingdale, actually, and we're preparing the roads for upcoming winter. We will also be cutting back overhanging trees and branches over various roads in Dover and Wingdale for the next couple of weeks. The Highway Department is still blowing leaves off roads throughout Dover and Wingdale and out of ditches. So, like, say, for instance, if it's going to rain like tomorrow, we try to keep as much of it out of there as we can so we don't have any issues where it's clogging up and overrunning into roads and stuff like that. And that is weather permitting. If it's raining, we can't do it because they don't blow so well when it's they're all wet. Also, there's a small paving projects coming up, which will be Wing Avenue pipe repair, Sycamore Circle down in Westchester Modular, and an apron on Ridge Road on the county end. We're putting an apron in there because so many cars spin their tires coming out of there. It leaves bumps and stuff, and it's hard to get out because it's hard to see. So we're putting a decent-sized apron in there. Also, a reminder that there is no parking on roads in the town of Dover and in Wingdale between October 15th all the way till April 15th. And also, the snow is coming, which I really hate, but that's okay. Keep your garbage cans off the road, no parking in the road, keep them back, please, so our snowplow guys can do their jobs well. I'd like to thank my team for all their hard work and my assistant Terry for everything she does for me. Any questions?
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
When do we do the Berkshire Road closure? Is that
is
next
this
meeting?
evening. Nope, tonight,
That's tonight?
yes.
Okay, I must have missed it. Sorry. Yep, there it is. All right, I apologize. Recreation report. Jay, you want to read that, please?
Sure. Julie can't make it tonight, so she asked me to read her report for the month. Julie would like to thank everyone who participated in the Trunk or Treat event this past Saturday. A big thank you as well to the town board, our amazing volunteers and dedicated staff, Paula, Dodie, Sean, and Paul, for all their hard work and making a great success. Next big event is Christmas tree lighting and the holiday celebration on Saturday, December 6th at Boyce Park. In the coming weeks, we'll be putting up our holiday displays. Please remember, do not sit on them. The free basketball program begins in November, and there's still time to register. If you are interested in coaching, please contact the Recreation Office at 845-832-9168. And finally, the senior program, adult Zumba, kiddie corral, and cheerleading and volleyball programs continue throughout the year. Keep an eye out for upcoming registration dates. And this is signed Julie from the Recreation Department. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Jay. And Julie, if you're watching, great job on the Trunk or Treat event. As always, the kids had a blast. All the decorated cars looked good. They were great, actually. And, it's a great day for all the kids. And we focus on them, along with their parents, to have a good day. So thank you once again. October Building Department reports, 50 permits were issued for the sum of $16,300. 40 certificates were sent out, 5 COs were done, and 7 complaints and violations were written. With regards, Tammy Burns and Don Anderson. Reports of the supervisor and town board members. Councilman Holmes.
Yes, spoke with Jason a few times this month and actually went on a road trip. Looked at their grading job down on Old Forge. Talked to him about the cement pad they put down up here Monday for the generator and the propane tank. Spoke to Jason about a few small blacktop jobs that will take place shortly. Men have been blowing leaves off roads and cleaning pipes and ditches. Actually today. That's all.
Thank you, Tommy. Councilman Maluta.
Okay, first off, I want to say the town looks great with all the Halloween decorations up, and please be respectful of people's property and have a safe time on Friday. And then the American Legion will be having a 70s Mystery Dinner on November 1st, this Saturday, and motorcycles are still out, so watch out for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. Councilwoman Jackson.
The school was very happy to open their capital project, new improved courtyards yesterday. Supervisor Yuno and I attended the ribbon cutting last night. The students are very happy to have a courtyard to wander around. It looks like a college campus, if you get a chance to go look at them sometime. The ballot on Election Day has 2 proposals on the back. Proposal number 1 is statewide, and that regards the Adirondack Park and adding acreage to the Adirondack Park. Proposal number 2 is for the Dover Library, that's only in the town of Dover. Proposal number 2 is the library looking to put the budget up to $395,000 a year. And they are going to have an open house tomorrow, Thursday, October 30th, from 2 to 4, that anybody can come into the library and ask Board of Trustee President Christine If they have any questions to ask about the budget and the proposition, she'll be there to answer any questions tomorrow, 2 to 4. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Supervisor Murphy.
Small report this month, but again, congratulations to the rec staff for putting on a hell of a trunk or treat. Well done, again. Meetings for planning and zoning, they're up again. Meetings are happening. Please check the website if you do want to attend. They're available for everyone in the town to attend, take a part of, and listen to what's going on in the town. So that's my report.
Thank you. My report. Today, we started the process to reinstate and renew the Dutchess County Shared Services Plan. This is for Dutchess County Procurement Specialist usage. So we started that process. We received that email that it was coming due. So myself and the clerk started that process today. We already talked about trunk or treat, so I'll go by that. The AC project at the American Legion Library Building hit a hurdle. The outside equipment has been installed. 95% of the outside work has been completed, but there was an issue from the manufacturer, dealer, we'll say, on the inside equipment. So we're still waiting to do that. I don't know if they've made it back yet this week, but as of last week, they were looking into why it has not arrived yet. So if anybody has any questions or is listening and wondering why it's not done, there's the reason. You'll see, and we'll talk about it in a later date, we did make some budget changes since last meeting, but that's next on the agenda. What I do have is some plans that I will put forth of several projects, some very large projects. So people are wondering what's coming. Well, this is what's coming. We have a very major project at the American Legion Library Building that I'd like to do next spring, along with the Tabor Wing House. I'll be asking in the next couple months, couple meetings, I should say, for the permission from the board to set up some reserve funds. We're working with council now on finding the legal way to do that, and we will be using revenues brought in, fund balances we've been advised to use, and it will be no hurt to the budget and minimal hurt to the taxpayer. For the American Legion Library Building, Tabor Wing House alone, I'm planning on putting in a reserve fund of $325,000. The next on my list would be redoing what we weren't able to get to with federal assisted money here at the town hall. That is replacing the older and the oldest windows that we have in this building, which are on the back side of the building itself. And on the front, I believe we have one to replace. That's that, along with some outside maintenance, one to the carport, which needs some work by the building department where the Jeeps are parked, as well as another line and reserve fund for outside redoing some of the dilapidated landscaping, some of the dilapidated shrubbery that is around the building. We got everything done inside and outside of the building itself except for a few key things, and it's because of time and funding, and we didn't want to hurt the budget by doing it, so now we have the opportunity. So landscaping, some maintenance, some upkeep needs to be done. Most of this was done and thought of and planned for. So in the last few years, through smart budgeting, smart spending, responsible spending, we've been able to do this, and we did receive some unexpected revenue. So we are putting it to use, and these projects that I am talking about are all coming out of revenue and fund balance, and they will not be in the budget. They will be done not hurting the taxpayer. So, and you'll hear a little bit more of that when we talk about it. But the biggest one that I have is we are coming up with a plan to set aside a reserve fund, a high interest bearing reserve fund for emergency services. Emergency services are an issue statewide and definitely in this county. One of which is the EMS service, which we went through last year negotiating a new contract. It went up 50%. When you're already paying $300,000, you can do the math. And when 120 plus is 2% of your budget, and my cap is 2%, that 150 plus increase crushed it. So that's where we're at. So this is a plan that we've been working on for the last year. This is a plan that we think will work with a high interest bearing the money aside. We hope that the interest alone, based on the studies that we've looked into and received, will pay the contract for the next 3 years, just with the interest, which will help our budget and which will help our taxpayers. Okay? So that number isn't solid yet. I hope to have that solid number, if not by next meeting, definitely by the night we vote the budget in on the 19th. Okay? Any questions on that? That's all I have right there. The rest of my report is budget info and consists of talking about that, so we'll just move on. That's next in line. So next on the agenda is continued discussion on the 2026 tentative budget. So if you can see it on your screen, if you want to look just on your screen and bring the copy, that is what I proposed to you last month. Okay? $330,000 usage of fund balance. But everything increases that we knew of at that point in time, I presented to you along with my office a increase of 2.3%, which is 0.3 over the cap. Going with a 2% cap, okay? That's where we're at after last month. We discussed it at the workshop or the special meeting a couple weeks ago. We went through it line for line. So at this time, going through it line for line and you having a couple weeks to look it over, are there any questions that you'd like answered before I start talking the newer numbers that I have? Councilwoman Jackson, anything?
No, thank you, explained it very well.
Deputy, you missed it, but I know you went
But I
through
got
it.
the notes.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Jan?
I think we're good.
Tommy?
Good job. Good, good.
So that's what we are, that's what we're presenting in the tentative budget. Next I have for you is a sheet. Look at the sheet that I gave to you. It was sitting at your spot on the dais when you got here. So at the bottom, you'll see some changes, okay? Some of the changes were due to numbers that we have received in the last 2 weeks, which I explained during the workshop. We're continuously waiting for numbers, okay? And throughout the budget, you'll see the changes from the tentative to the preliminary, all right? The first one you'll see is in the total appropriations. That went up about $2,587. And it is due to numbers that we've received. 2 of which were Medicare and Social Security. They came in a little different, okay? And then you move down to the second column, estimated revenues. Well, we received another report. We redid some numbers. We crunched some numbers. We sharpened the pencil as always. And our revenues actually went up $4,087. Okay? You go down to the bottom, and there is the new number, which we will talk about later in a resolution. Tentative budget I presented was 2.3%. Now, after all the changes we've made and after all the adjustments downward to make up for the increases that we did receive, you'll see that that new number is now $11,500 lower because I did cut some things and trim some fat. I am now presenting or showing you that my new number for the increase is 1.96%, which is under the 2% cap. Be advised that this number does include the possible increase in library. Okay? So grand total has that possible number in it. All right? So, depending on what happens on Election Day, it's in there already, or if any adjustment needs to be made, of course, it would be backwards because that means it didn't pass.
What's the library budget today?
The library is $275 today, but in this budget,
What
the
are they looking
proposal
for?
of $395.
So 390.
$120,000 increase. Okay?
On the library.
On the library. So that's where we're at. Some of the changes, and I'll just go to my own pages and tell you what they were. I had lowered, to help balance the budget and get it under the cap, I lowered our general fund contingency from 30,000 to 25. Some of the increases that we got were basically IT stuff, our ICC, CDS general code for laserfish and foil. That actually went down a hair, but the next four went up, and that is general code municipal mode, finance module, requisition module, and the payroll module. They all went up in price. And then, like I told you, the Medicare and the Social Security came in adjusted, and they went up. Any questions?
If this stays whole, this is a great job.
Thank you. Again, I thank all the staff in my office and in department heads, like I thanked before. I think it's a good budget. It's tough, but with the planning that we've done for the future over the last 3 years, it gets us to be able to do those projects without hurting the budget, without hurting the people, and using the money that we have put away and thought about, and again, with some unanticipated revenue, that helped drastically. And I'm hoping to have more solid numbers probably next week. All right? So the new number, if we pass it into a preliminary later on, is 1.96.
Outstanding.
That's thin, but it's under,
Teamwork.
okay? 1.96%. Under the cap. Okay? Any questions, Madam Clerk?
Very good.
Councilwoman?
No questions.
Deputy?
None.
Councilman?
None.
No?
No question.
Okay. Thank you for everybody's input. We will move on to resolutions. Resolution to authorize and approve the consent agenda items. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby approve the following items for consideration and adoption on the October 29, 2025 Town Board Regular Meeting Consent Agenda. Authorize the payment of abstract number 10 of 2025 in the amount of $622,510.69. Accept the minutes of the September 24th meeting, 2025 Town Board Regular Meeting and October 15th, 2025 Town Board Special Meeting. Approve the Town Clerk's report for September of 2025 and approve the Town Supervisor's financial report for September 2025. Approve unanticipated revenues, authorize budget transfers, budget amendments, and payment of off-abstract purchase orders as prepared and submitted by the town's bookkeeper. Appoint seasonal highway drivers, authorize and acknowledge limited use and seasonal closure of Berkshire Road, authorize the renewal of 2025 town mowing and trimming services agreement for 2026, authorize advertisement for sealed bids for 2026 highway materials, and appoint a zoning board of appeals member to a term finishing the year of 2025 to be reappointed at the organizational meeting in 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion made and seconded by Deputy Murphy and Councilman Maluta. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? So carried. That last part, was that read correctly, Tom, with the change we discussed? Okay. Thank you. Resolution authorizing the release of a performance guarantee. Whereas a performance guarantee is in the amount of $14,450 was posted by LWF LLC in connection with an erosion and sediment control permit to allow the construction of an approximately 1.75 acre agricultural pond identified as tax parcel number 7061-11-094952, located at 293 Dover Furnace Road. And whereas, by resolution dated October 20th, 2025, from the Town of Dover Planning Board, all work in connection with the erosion and sediment control permit has been completed to the satisfaction of the town engineer. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the release of the performance guarantee of $14,450 to LWF LLC in connection with their erosion and sediment control bond for an agricultural pond located at 293 Dover Furnace Road, identified as tax parcel number 7061-11-094952. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Brought by Councilman Maluta, seconded by Murphy. Any discussion? All good, Joe?
Yep, all good. Looks very nice.
Okay. Marilyn, would you let Planning Chair Cortine know that the question we had, this was about the question he had today, right? So, thank you. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Resolution authorizing the release of performance guarantee. Whereas a performance guarantee is in the amount of $15,717.75 for Lot 14, $14,834 for Lot 15, $13,835.25 for Lot 16, and $15,457.50 for Lot 17, and $1,372.75 for the entrance was posted by MCMCC Holdings, LLC, Fresh Builds, LLC, and Hilderbrand Real Estate, LLC, in connection with an erosion and sediment control permit for construction of 8 two-family residential structures located at Sherman Hill Road, Dover, New York, at properties identified as tax parcel numbers 132-600-7062-00-664533, 132-600-7062-00-660512, 132-600-7062-00-682496, and 132-600-7062-00-658497. And whereas by resolution dated October 20th, 2025, from the Town of Dover Planning Board, all work in connection with the erosion and sediment control permits have been completed to the satisfaction of the town engineer in connection with this project. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the release of the 5 performance guarantees in the amount of $15,717.75 for Lot 14, posted by Valor Construction Corporation, $14,834 for Lot 15, posted by Valor Construction Corporation, $1,372.75 for the entrance posted by Valor Construction Corporation, and $13,835.25 posted by Fresh Builds, LLC, for Lot 16, and $15,457.50 posted by Fresh Builds, LLC, for Lot 17, in connection with their erosion and sediment control bond for the construction of 8 two-family residential structures located at Sherman Hill Road, Town of Dover, identified tax parcel numbers 132-600-7062-00-664533, 132-600-7062-00-660512, 132-600-7062-00-682496, and 132-600-7062-00-658497. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Brought by Murphy, seconded by Holmes. Any discussion? Joe, all good? That was the development on shoot. The 4, okay. All right. You can let Mr. Cortine know that happened too as well, please. Thank you, Marilyn. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. I need a drink. Okay. Resolution adopting the tentative budget as a preliminary budget for 2026 and notice of public hearing. Whereas the tentative budget has been filed with the town clerk of the town of Dover, and whereas pursuant to Section 108 of the town law, a public hearing must be held by the town board upon said preliminary budget on or before the Thursday immediately following the general election. Now therefore be it resolved that the tentative budget as amended be adopted as a preliminary budget for 2026 by the town board of the town of Dover, and be it further resolved that the preliminary budget sets the following salaries for the 2026 for the following town officials: the town supervisor, $28,000; town councilman, $7,786 each; town clerk, $44,000; town highway superintendent, $78,844; town justice times 2, $28,940 each; tax collector, $14,483. Be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Dover has scheduled a public hearing upon said preliminary budget at Dover Town Hall, 126 East Duncan Hill Road, Dover Plains, New York, on November 5th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. or as soon thereafter as public hearing can be heard. And be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby directed to have copies of the preliminary budget available in her office for public distribution and review by the public. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Jackson, seconded by Murphy. Discussion. So you heard the changes that were made. We went through it earlier in the agenda. That is the number that is going into the preliminary, the 1.96, 98, 96, 1.96, I think. 1.96%, which is under the cap. Again, I thank everybody involved. We worked 2 hours on crunching this today, and I went to print at 4 o'clock. So we worked on it. Any other questions? Any other discussion? Hearing no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Thank you. At this point in time in the agenda, are there any public comments? If you have any questions or comments to make, please approach the podium. Go ahead.
It's really hard once I get up here. I know there's been a lot of discussion about the budget tonight, and that's been the main meeting, the big meat of the meeting agenda. So my question is, with the passage of the federal big beautiful bill, does the town implement? I haven't read the budget myself, and I haven't read last year's budget, but has the town implemented anything to counteract the cutting of social programs like Medicare and SNAP?
Medicare, Social Security, and everything like that is given to us through those agencies, and that is what we budget for with the numbers that they give us.
Okay, so, okay. Yeah.
Okay? You got it. Anybody else? Seeing nobody else approach the podium, upcoming meetings next week, Wednesday, November 5th, Day after Election Day will be the public hearing for this budget. Have any questions or comments you'd like to make on this year's budget, please come next week, next Wednesday, and make your comments, and we'll answer your questions for you. Then the following meeting after that will be Wednesday, November 19th. That is a different day than normal due to the fact that our regular meeting would fall on the night before Thanksgiving, and due to law, we have to vote and approve the budget and adopt it on or before November 20th. So it works out to be the 19th. Any other questions from the board? Any other?
Nope.
I miss anything?
Nope.
All right, at this time, I'll make the motion to go into an executive session to discuss litigation. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself, seconded by Deputy Supervisor Murphy to go into an executive session, discuss litigation issues, and not return to the dais. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We are in executive session. Thank you, everybody. Be well, be safe, and have a great Halloween.
Yeah, absolutely. Good night.